Hello, race fan people who watch my videos. That would be you. How are you doing today? That's rhetorical. Or maybe it's not. I'm Joe Donohue, and this is the 1,000 subscribers special Formula One World Championship featuring 3 action-packed races of 16 of you cuties. And today we are racing the British Grand Prix at the old Silverstone, the good Silverstone. I am not alone. I am joined by a very special guest to broadcast this British Grand Prix to you. He is known better on Instagram for his name, Kevin's Racing Photos. It's Kevin.
Hi.
He's here, and he is going to help me commentate today. How are you doing today?
I am doing quite fine. It's a beautiful day here in Silverstone, and, well, the clouds are a little bit out, like always, but the fans are here and packing the house, and we are ready for a great Formula One race today.
We absolutely are. This will be a 12-lap race to the line, and we're going to go ahead and set it up to start. Watch your drums.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
That means we're ready. So we're going to go through the starting grid really fast, and I mean really fast. So I'm just going to run through this for you right here, right now. The pole sitter is, of course, the one and only Ian Perez. Starting to his side, it's James Pyrark, his teammate. On row number 2, Akira Hanamura and Sam Robinson. In row 3, it's a McLaren lockout. Devin Kelleher leading his teammate David Land. Starting in the 7th position, it's Kyle Conley in the Haas. Jimmy Spock alongside him in Force India. Next row, Matt Haas and Drew Graves. They're starting already. We're gonna just go forward. Whatever.
Nobody cares about the rest.
Nobody cares.
And they are off. It is lights out. And the 2 Red Bulls immediately get a fantastic start across the line, but the Force India has something to say about this photo start for the 2 Red Bulls. However, they do pull away quite nicely off the line. And it looks like we have a McLaren in 3rd.
Yeah, it looked like Hanamura, who started 3rd on the grid, ran into some trouble and...
Oh, and there is trouble with Hanamura missing a front wing.
So that's going to really be a holdup, and due to the length of the action, that's pretty much going to just put Hanamura out of contention. Oh,
and we have another
runs into him. There goes.
And with all this action in this part of the grid, it has allowed the top 3 to absolutely just run away so far.
Yeah, we should be... Nah, we're gonna stick with these 2 because this is gonna be interesting to see what happens, but...
There is a huge pack here as David Land clears himself from the cluster of cars. I can foresee another accident happening here, Joe.
Absolutely, and they're coming down, and there goes Aiden Shepard down the inside. Matt Haas trying to follow, Drew Graves stuck in there too. Oh boy, there's a lot going on up here.
As they would say on the old speed channel, there is a lot of argy-bargy going on in the midfield.
Oh yes, argy-bargy. The good old days of Calvin Fish.
Yeah.
So there's Matt Faust. He's stuck behind Hanamura now. And you also have to remember the cars that passed Hanamura are going to get stuck behind Sam Robinson. Yeah. So they got stuck behind him.
And Sam Robinson is in the pits as well as Hanamura. And also Walton, who has sustained damage in an accident that we did not see.
Yeah, so Kevin Walton must have run into the back of somebody else while waiting for these 2. They're all pitting. Let's get up to the front and check in on what's going on with the leaders. It should be Ian Perez by a fair margin. No, James Pyrark.
And we have the 2 Red Bulls battling with each other. But look at this. A McLaren is right there.
So the Red Bulls side by side with Devin Kelleher in 3rd position. They've completed 1 lap and a half, roughly. And they're side by side still.
Perez.
They're still side by side.
Trying to make it work on the outside. But not quite, as there is a little bit of a stack up.
Yep, and Kyle Conley caught up back to these 3 at the front. So the Red Bulls now, though, they are gaining a lot of momentum. Oh no! Devin Kelleher with a front wing issue.
It looks like McLaren's poor luck just continues.
And they are not looking forward to bringing him in and having to replace that front wing because he's going to drop back so far in the field. Conley around the outside. A little bit of a lag spike. Sorry about that, folks. It happens. Kelleher to the pits.
He makes it in rather safely, unlike some of the other people that have sustained damage so far, and he has not taken anybody else out.
Yes, and so move Kyle Conley to third position. The Red Bulls still 1 and 2. We'll check in which one of them it is. We're going the wrong way. It is James Pyrark in the lead.
And he has gained a substantial margin over Ian Perez. However, at the beginning of this race, it looks like the Red Bulls have had it their way so far thanks to a rather troublesome start from the second row on back.
Yes, and with it being the second row and holding up the rest of the field, they really got to gain a lot of ground. Just checking the order at the top of your screen, roughly... So Devin Kelleher got out in front of Hanamura in 14th position, Samuel Robinson in 13th, but the rest of the field looks to be in fair order. Pyrark, Perez running through him, Kyle Conley in third position, Jimmy Spock in fourth. Rounding out the top 5, David Land, so McLaren's still there. And how about that? There's a Sauber in the points, and it's not Charles Leclerc.
Actually, this is in time before Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, that's actually an Ericsson car being driven by Aiden Shepard. Aiden representing the United States of America for our series. But this is a little bit of a stack-up right here, Kevin. We have to watch to see what happens, especially with these two Renaults right beside each other.
Yeah, it seems like a theme where teammates will get into teammates this race so far.
And they're right there with each other. Oh, here we go. Oh,
Jacob Mock gets a really good run on his teammate Drew Graves.
He didn't take it. He tried to take it, but he didn't get there.
And here he is, right back on him. Will he be able to make the move? He's in the slipstream currently. He should be able to get him into the braking zone if he's aggressive enough.
I forget what the name of this turn is. I know a lot of the turn. Oh, there he goes, around the outside.
He tried it. It didn't work.
No, because
Graves defends.
Next turn is his side. Next turn's a left turn, or a right turn.
And he's got him.
No, it isn't. It is a left turn.
And Graves goes right back by.
Oh, he's so trying. He's trying so hard to get up there with him.
And Tobias Byard actually snuck in there as well, attempting to make a move on Mock.
He did try to make a move, and he's going to probably stick with them. Ooh, slide out
a little bit
there.
squirrely there. That was a fantastic battle.
Yeah, the two teammates were really taking it to each other. And
remember the first rule of racing, do not hit your teammates.
Absolutely.
Of course, we've already seen some of that in this race.
We have, but Jacob Mock didn't stick to it. He did get out of that situation.
He had a phenomenal chance, and he let it go.
But, taking out your teammate or yourself, or both of you, not worth it. So, they complete another lap. That means that's 4 done. So, on lap 5, and we'll check in. There's something going on. Matt Haas got a big run on Aiden Shepard, and he lost it. Or wait, did Aiden Shepard pass Matt Haas? Actually, you know what? He might get passed by Matt Haas.
It appears so, because here comes the Mercedes. Gets a really, really good run on Shepard. Haas into the braking zone, not able to capitalize on it too much, but that leaves the door open for Graves.
Drew Graves caught up now to the Mercedes, and he's going to look down the inside.
And we got contact, but he's still there.
Drew Graves, he didn't lose his front wing. He didn't make any real significant damage to the front end of his Renault.
But Graves had to back out of it, so that gives Haas a little bit of breathing room right now, but not for long, though. Oh, and the car gets a little bit squirrely.
Mm-hmm. They all get a little squirrely out of there, but it does look like Haas got his time back, so... The Renault's back at it again. Drew Graves and Jacob Mock.
Yeah, this should be good. Now we're starting to see a cluster form here, because nobody can really get an advantage on anybody and properly get around without some sort of contact. The midfield right now is really ebbing and flowing.
Absolutely. We'll just take a look quick in here. Matt Faust in whatever position are we? Is he still in 11th or is he moved up? Yeah, he's still in 11th. So Rasheem Stewart behind him. And 11th is out of the points. So right now, both Ferraris are outside the top 10. One of the Mercedes is, and the 2 Red Bulls lead the way.
Wow. Not a great day for the Maranello team so far.
No, definitely not. Sam Robinson is the leader of all the group of cars that have had to stop for new front wings, though. So, granted, if they get the situation to arise where more teams come into the pits, he could be in a good position, but that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, there was too much damage done there at the start, but the best that they can hope for is if there is pit stops, that they were able to hold up the midfield enough to where they can actually capitalize on it a little bit. But they certainly are not in contention for the win because today it seems to be going the Red Bulls' way.
Absolutely, and we're going to go check in. James Pyra still leading Ian Perez. Kyle Conley still in third. There's your race leader.
Again, the Red Bulls have had it their way since the very start, and it has been a very dominant run as they have now gapped the Haas.
Now that is almost a 5-second gap right there back to Kyle Conley for James Pyra and Ian Perez, so they are absolutely blowing away.
It looks like David Land has moved up a spot over Aiden Shepard.
Actually, Jimmy Spock has fallen back.
Yeah.
He's fallen back 2 positions.
After what looked like a promising run for the Force Indias at the very start, doesn't seem to be so far, as their charge has really been dulled.
Yeah, Jimmy's run's been cut off by David Land and Aiden Shepard getting around him. And they're actually gaining Kyle Conley pretty significantly. But Pyra still with a solid lead. That'll hold him. Make sure that doesn't shut off. And, yeah.
So, now as we watch the 2 Red Bulls going almost line astern, which is almost kind of scary to see because it just shows how dominant they've been so far in this race. But I'm very curious to see what will happen in the midfield towards the end stages when everybody starts really scrapping for position. I think that's when the real interesting battles are going to come forth that were not at the very start.
Yeah, once we get towards that spot, because we just passed halfway and we're kind of in the long stretch, except not too long, it's only 12 laps, but we're in a stretch. Ooh,
oh,
look at
here
this.
we go.
This is a run.
This is an amazing run by Perez, and he got him.
But does he keep it? He does.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Oh, they were so close, and here was contact. That was I saw.
And this has allowed 3rd and 4th place of Kyle Conley and David Land to catch right back up. And here we go.
There's Pyra. He's looking. Now we're on board with James Pyra.
This has been a fantastic battle between the 2 Red Bulls. Now, when we thought it was really going their way, it's now turned into Red Bull versus Red Bull.
And Ian Perez has taken it back over for sure. This is a great
And Perez got a better run out of the corner.
Absolutely. He's going to blow out the water here. And Pyra does have the draft, though. Try not to do anything.
And he got loose. He got a little too much curb there.
He might be outside of that range of getting draft here, so he might not be in this.
All it takes is one mistake from Perez.
Absolutely.
We've seen how this race has ebbed and flowed so far, and I think it will fall back towards Pyra's way.
This is Pyra's home Grand Prix too. Hailing from England, he definitely wants to get this, and his teammate has just blown it away and taken that chance away from him.
For the moment.
For the moment. With what? We're on lap 9, so that's 3 to go. Plenty of time.
There is still plenty of time. All it takes is getting on the curbs wrongly, as we have seen, which getting on the curbs wrongly is what nullified his run with Perez.
Yes, and Perez is now taking that, and it definitely showed us what that can mean. So we'll have to see how that goes. Check in from behind. Conley, actually, you know what?
We have a pretty good battle going on back there, and look at this. Conley loses 3rd to David Land.
David Land into 3rd position in the McLaren.
Hi, David.
And you know what? He's getting challenged by the Sauber, too.
Yeah.
Kyle Conley could lose out to a McLaren and a Sauber here.
Talk about a great day for the Honda-powered McLaren.
Yeah, 3rd place, all the way up. Devin Kelleher had a great run going before he had his unfortunate end with the front wing incident.
Now then, what happened to Jimmy Spock? There he is.
He's holding on to 5th position at the current moment.
And it looks like the 2 Renaults have separated too.
Yes, Matt Haas is in between them.
There's been a pretty decent separation there as well.
Very much so. Now, I don't recall whether Matt Haas was in front or behind the 2 of them, but
he was behind.
He was behind the 2 of them?
Yeah, he was behind.
So
he's
he got
wedged
around
himself
Jacob
in between.
Mock.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's wedged himself in between.
Yes, and there's Tobias Bayer. He's trying to also catch up to Jacob Mock here. Matt Faust wants to get into the points. They all want to get into the points.
But only so many can.
Oh, Matt Faust has a run. Here he goes. Looked, didn't go. Slid wide a little bit and lost his momentum. And he's going to stay in 11th.
For the moment.
For the moment.
So now then, it looks like we have a pass behind. A good run by the Mercedes of Stewart on Faust.
And
he's got it. No, maybe not. We keep jinxing this.
No, they try the runs and then
they back out.
They back out.
But it makes it exciting for a moment.
It does.
And Faust got up on the curbs, but the Mercedes actually seem to have gotten the worst of that ordeal.
Yes. Stewart lost some serious ground to Matt Faust, although he will still have the draft, and he braked late right there.
So he's still pushing as hard as he can to get right back up there.
Yes, he is. And now we're going to go back up, and we'll check this out, because the field's scrunching up pretty significantly.
Oh, here we go, David Land.
James Pyrark in second position now, but maybe not for long.
Could this be an upset where McLaren could take away second, maybe even the win?
Well, they're two more times around the track. Blah, blah, blah. The Red Bull.
Oh, and look at this. Here comes the Sauber. He had a really good run. Shepard had an amazing run on Kyle Conley.
Conley had a run on Land and it didn't go. Land's now got a run on James Pyrark. This could go. He's in the right spot. Down the long straight.
He's doing everything he needs to do. And here he comes. He's going in the preferred line. But no, he had to give it up because he was under attack by Conley.
And Conley's still
And here comes Shepard.
Out of the corner of Stowe. Conley on the inside. David Land.
Oh, man, they are really juxing for position. But look at Conley. He's got him and he shoves him wide.
There was contact there. And David Land back in front.
But that has cost David Land almost any shot of grabbing second place, it seems, unless there is a mistake by the Red Bull up ahead.
Oh, they're still pushing like hell. And they're going to come to the line and see one lap remaining in this race. Ian Perez, just check in on him really quick. Oh, he's got it in the bag. As long as he doesn't make a big mistake.
Race.
The Red Bulls have been the class of the field for sure.
It's been a flawless race by Perez, more so because he has really not made any mistakes. We see Pyrark with that one mistake getting loose on the curbing when he had a run on his teammate.
That cost him big time. He could maybe have been up there challenging for the win at his home Grand Prix.
I don't think David Land is ready to admit defeat just yet.
No, and he knows Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel, these three corners right here, they are not the place to make a pass. So they're going to come down hanger straight. Last time.
Yeah, it looks like Pyrark has secured second, it seems, for the moment.
For the moment. He's 2 seconds behind his teammate, so he's not going to be a challenge unless Perez really makes a mistake. But we'll check in real quick back here because
look at that.
Trying to get on Aiden Shepard.
There's a little bit of contact there.
There was a bit of contact. Spock fell back. Drew Graves on his tail. And Matt Haas, my apologies, is in contention.
Oh,
and he goes
here
around
comes
the
Haas.
inside. Look out.
Oh, a little bit of contact.
They're 2 by 2. Ooh.
Oh, there was. And now look at this big pack that we have here. The bunch of cars.
What? Matt Faust has passed a couple cars. He's in the points now. We got to get back up here because our race winner
Ian
will
Perez.
soon be crowned. Ian Perez coming out of the final turn.
And Ian Perez will come home and he will cross the start-finish line and he will win the British Grand Prix.
There you go. James Pyrark came home second. Third place for David Land. Fourth, Kyle Conley. Shepard rounds out the top 5 and the rest of them come by there.
We don't care about the rest. Actually,
we do because those were all for points. But
I think Crofty would be proud.
He would. I hope he would. The rest of them, the last couple stragglers come across the line. Kevin Walton. There he is. And that's that. So, finishing out your order, it's Ian Perez with a solid performance, getting the victory for Red Bull. His teammate James Pyrark coming home second. David Land, third place in the McLaren. Kyle Conley in fourth. Fifth place for the Sauber of Aiden Shepard. Nice stuff. Jimmy Spock in sixth. Still held on for, points stay. So that's good. Drew Graves in seventh. Eighth place for Matt Haas. Matt Faust rounds out in 9th. He did put on a late race charge to get up into the points. And Tobias Bayer held on to 10th.
But every point counts.
Every point counts. Mock, Stewart, Robinson, Kelleher, Hanamura, and Walton all finish outside the points. And the field now comes into pit lane to retire for the day. So, it's been exciting.
That was indeed a very interesting race.
It was. I think next time's going to be just as interesting, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because next time, we go to Monza.
Oh.
Ooh, it's going to be fun. Hopefully you guys tune in.
And which Haas is going to get disqualified?
Which Haas is going to get disqualified?
We will find out.
We will find out next time. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you want. I've got 1,000 of those, and that's why we're here. And I am very appreciative of all of that. Kevin, you're a cutie. Thanks for coming out.
Of course, no problem, Meg.
Wow,
that's an old.
That's an old one.
Yeah.
We're going old school on memes
Yeah.
here. All right, everybody, thank you very much, and we will see you in Italy next time.